Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Mentor Jessica, and this is my first live stream. So thank you for joining me. What I mainly discuss on my channel is and things about carnivore and going carnivore. And what originally started as a I'm going to do carnivore for 60 days ended up here I am 22 weeks in, still doing carnivore. And I have a few different things that happened along the way. I have a playlist that I changed this last week because I was just doing a challenge. It was just originally going to be a challenge, which I changed the playlist of my carnivore journey. And I have each week that I posted an update of what my results were for each week in that playlist. So you can check out that playlist. It was two of them that I combined into one. And so that's the reason why I did the playlist. So any of my subscribers, if you received any type of notifications about changes going on, that would be why. And I also want to thank you, all my subscribers. Thank you so much. I have a friend that has just started a YouTube channel, and we were talking, about being nervous about recording our videos and and how much time editing takes, and talked about our subscribers. And she mainly said all of her subscribers are her relatives. And it's like, well, I don't have a single one of my subscribers as a relative. Every one of you have found me in some way or shape form, either from a Facebook post on my Facebook page that my family members, again, are not on, or by searching on YouTube and finding me on YouTube. And I absolutely love this community. It is so supportive and so encouraging, and you have helped me stay on track and encourage me along the way, helping me realize different things. And I appreciate that. And I just want to say, if you are sitting there thinking about going keto, ketovore, carnivore, and want some type of something to do to help keep you accountable, the two things that really helped me is I had a carnivore group that I joined, and we met weekly. That helped me stay accountable. And then also checking in here on YouTube. So I usually do my recordings and my weigh-ins on Sundays, and then edit my videos sometime either on Sunday or Monday mornings, and try to have them posted on Mondays by noon Central Time. So I have to say, if you are on the verge or thinking about making a transition, go ahead, do it. You will find so much support in this community. I absolutely love YouTube for that, for the sharing and all the encouragement that I've had. So I suggest start your own channel. Now, my purpose for coming on and doing live streams. I want to do more videos. However, there's kind of a struggle with when I do a video, comments that come in. I want to be able to, one, be able to expand on my comments or my responses, or maybe clarify things. If I misspoke in a video, I want to be able to come on and say that if I didn't catch it when I was on the video or while editing. I'm looking at it as my opportunity to come on live and have discussion. And the second purpose for this going live is just a midweek check-in and helping with any updates. And then also just to share or highlight something that I've been doing or something that I've learned. If I read something, I'm like, hey, I need a reminder about that. that is another reason I decided to do a live stream. So let's get into it. So for one, as far as the comments, thank you again for all of you that have commented and sent encouraging words and asked questions. I know sometimes when there's times I'm reading a comment and I don't exactly know what you meant. And I don't want to like put a 2 paragraph response and be doing the replies back and forth because they kind of get lost, especially after the first reply. Uh, Sometimes they can be a little bit harder to find on YouTube when I want to reply back. So, um, thank you again for commenting and asking questions. One of the questions that came in or comments had to do with protein. I have been stressing the protein is my main goal. That is my number one goal when I'm doing my macros. And I haven't shared the exact formula that I received from um, Nutrition with Judy, and Kim Berry uses it. Two Crazy Ketos uses it. So here's the formula. You take your ideal weight in pounds, multiply that by 0.8, and that will give you the number of grams of protein you should be eating on a daily basis. Now, I must have misspoke, and mind you, I'm doing this on Sunday morning. I'm usually recording these videos on Sunday mornings, right after I wake up and recorded all my data. And sometimes things just pop out of my mouth. And I think I may have said it's about a pound, about a gram per pound, and I misspoke. So I wanted to clarify how I have the information on the screen for you so you can see it. And so, yes, it's not a pound. It's not 1 gram per pound. It's 0.8. It's actually 1 kilogram per pound. So there's the formula of, and that is how I try to figure where I need to be for my grams of protein. And most people are not eating enough protein, especially women. Because with women with the diet mindset, really sit there and if they're counting their protein, all of a sudden they see a certain number of calories and like, oh no, I'm eating too much. And a lot of the time it's they're under eating. So that's the protein. Then there was also a comment, and I can't remember which week it was on, but it came through this last week. I don't know what video week it was on, but talk about taking probiotics and suggested I take probiotics to help with my gut. Well, I have taken probiotics. I have taken them in the past and I have quit taking them because I couldn't feel any different. It didn't do anything for me. It didn't help me at all. So if it helps you and if you can notice a difference, go ahead, take a probiotic. It is not something I would suggest doing each day. My suggestion would be fast or watch your diet or have add fermented foods into your diet to help naturally heal versus taking a prebiotic or probiotic, either one. I don't believe in taking either one of them just on a daily basis. I think over time it can do more harm than health. And it's been a while since I've actually gone in and dug into that research, but that's part of the reason I stopped taking them to begin with. Because I used to take them. I used to be drinking kefir and gave that to my daughters, thinking this is supposed to be a healthy thing. And I didn't notice any difference. They didn't notice any difference. So we stopped using them because it didn't do anything for us. So that's all a thing that depends on the individual. And I try as much as I can to get my nutrients from food. Yes, I do have some supplements, and that's also why I do muscle testing for supplements before I take any to see is my body telling me that it needs it. And then I'm not eating I'm getting my food through actual real food versus a pill as much as I can. There are times that we need those extras, but not on a daily basis. All right, so my midweek check-in. All right. So I started with egg yolks this week after doing the autoimmune protocol, and I had no issues with doing egg yolks. So I did go ahead and I added the whites today and did scrambled eggs. I'm supposed to do a full week before doing that, but I just couldn't wait. So I went a little fast. And again, I haven't had any issues. I've been recording everything, seeing how I feel, looking for any type of digestion issues, any type of rashes, any type of runny nose, watery eyes, skin blotches, anything that I can think of that shows up. So, since I went ahead and added egg whites a little bit sooner, I will probably do a good 7 to 10 days of just the whole egg before I test something else. And I did make sure that when I added the egg whites, I'm using pasture raised eggs. Uh, just because they have more room, they have more outdoor space, outdoor time. And from the research I was doing about egg whites, it was the pasture raised eggs or the pasture raised eggs in the store, or if you can get it from a local farmer that just let the chickens roam, would be an even better option. So those were the eggs that people usually had the least amount of issues with the egg whites. And I believe it was just a day or two ago on one of Ken Berry's live calls, he mentioned that, and that just triggered it in my head. Like, yes, I need to make sure when I add the egg whites, I need to make sure that I'm doing higher quality egg, especially to begin with, to see if I have a reaction to egg whites, I would be able to determine that if I move on to a different type of egg. So that's where I'm at with that. Then, more good news, I got my test results back for my blood work for hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's. And in this 3 months' time, my numbers are in the ideal range from where they were. And I was like, yay! So what does that mean? It means I was on the borderline of possibly needing to be put on medication to no, at this point, I do not need to be put on medication, and I can add one ingredient at a time and wait and see if I have any reactions. And if I don't have any reactions, I can keep adding another food. If I have a reaction, throw that food out. Not going to say throw that food out, but don't be consuming that food. Try it and test it again in another 6 months or so. And then just do a blood test as I'm adding food in. Do another test in 3 months to see if my numbers are still stable. And I loved hearing that. So I don't have to do any medication. That's what I wanted to stay away from. So I was thrilled to get those results and be able to sit there and say, "Hey, I'm actually not in normal range, in the ideal range where I want to be." And I had already been listening to several different doctors and different videos about the ranges, and I'm like, okay, we're in all of those ranges. We're in all of those ideal ranges. So absolutely love sharing that good news. Like I probably should do a separate video on that, but it just happened. I just got the results uh, earlier today, and I'm thrilled. Not thrilled enough to stop everything I'm doing to do a video because I had this coming, but I am really excited about that. And then what I've learned this week, I learned a lot about what it takes to go on live on YouTube and how very basic some things are, and how crazy wild things that I see other YouTubers doing that I'm like, oh, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do that. Uh, yeah, I don't want to pay for some of that stuff for the amount of money it is. So I'm testing out uh, different versions of things right now. And so when you're on a trial, you kind of have access to more than you know you're going to on the free version. And so I don't know. We'll see in a couple weeks what I end up actually having access to. So as of right now, I am planning on doing my weekly updates and having them posted on Mondays. And I will continue to be coming here live on Thursday nights. I will probably keep that at 7 o'clock. And if there are no questions, um, I'll just go through the other things, the midweek updates, and anything that I learned new or that I want to highlight, because there's a lot of information out there, and I almost always have some type of comment throughout the week that I'm like, I need to expand on this more, but I don't want something to come off um, the wrong way. And it can come off very wrong when you just type it in a response in a comment and you don't know how someone's going to take that. So if you have a comment, go ahead, type those responses. If you have a comment and I didn't respond, but I talk about it on the live, I will be sending you the link to the live in the comment and letting you know that I answered and gave an explanation, because it's going to be much easier for you to understand if you're actually hearing me and where I'm coming from. And it'll help if maybe I wasn't understanding what your comment was about or what your question was about. So just to help make things more clear that way. That is one of the biggest struggles if Thursday nights don't work and not able to get very many comments. I might have to try another night. Sunday nights, I absolutely love my coaching group on Sunday nights. We have another one coming up in January. And what I love about that is we can ask the questions and we're all in the group on the video chat, and we're able to actually have discussion and ask more questions. And I really miss that, and I was hoping to be able to do more of that live here on Thursday nights as well. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Well, I want to thank you for being here, for watching, for being here, supporting me, and being part of my channel. Now, anyone that's live, you do need to, I should have said this in the beginning, you do need to be a subscriber in order to be able to comment. So you need to be a subscriber for 1 minute. That's it. Be a subscriber for at least 1 minute, and then you'll be able to comment on any of the live streams as they're coming up. So be sure to subscribe if you do have a question or you want to join me on this journey. All right. Thank you, and hopefully we see you Monday.